Hello and welcome to an exclusive interview with India's noted film director Gautham Vasudev Menon. Gautham Menon needs no introduction for Indian moviegoers. He has earned a lot of critical acclaim through his movies. Gautham Menon is here shooting for a song celebrating the spirit of Bathukamma festival, a festival that the people of Telangana hold close to their hearts. Gautham will speak to us about the song sequencing and about his movies and much more. Welcome to ETV, Mr. Gautham. As you know, Bathukamma festival is a festival of colors and also a celebration of womanhood. As we all know, in your movies, you had actually treated women on par with the heroes. Your heroines were always taking a main part in your movies. So I would like to know, because there has been a lot of songs on Bathukamma theme which has been done over the years. So I would like to know what difference you are going to make through this song.
I don't know what difference I made to the song, but musically, the music is by Rahman, A R Rahman, and I guess that is the difference between what's come out earlier, which have all been really nice folk songs, and we've seen the whole lot of what has come out earlier. So in that scenario, when Rahman sir and I discussed about this song, he said I'll try and do something unique, and within that format, keeping the folk scenario in mind. He's brought in a very classical song, which I think I called a very perfect song.
Okay.
He's not played around or tried to be commercial. It's a very perfect song, which while we're filming, everybody is humming. So I think half the battle, if you're looking at it like a battle, is won already. And I've just given it the aesthetic that I thought it required. The film is from a young girl's point of view. It's a 4.5 minute film, so in that sense, and. Like you said, the women characters in my film are very important. In my life also, they're very important. And in this film also, we've kept it only completely about women.
Okay. Yeah. So, see, Bathukamma festival, as you said, because you are all big names, it's a very regional festival, to be very precise, because Telangana is a place where it is mostly observed and not in other parts of India. So, actually, why big names in the industry like Gautham Vasudev Menon, A R Rahman, coming to a regional festival? What is the point you are trying to put across?
Nothing. Why should everything be a point? There's no point at all in this. If Rahman sir thought like that, if he thought he's big, and in your point of view and the way you're saying it, maybe he wouldn't have done it. But I don't think he thinks of anything like that. I've not worked like that at all. I make feature films, I make films for OTT, I've made web series, I make short films, I make music videos. Every month or every 6 months, I release an independent song. Now, if you were to ask me why would a well-known, established, critically acclaimed filmmaker make an independent song, I don't have an answer for that. Am I getting much money from YouTube? No, I won't. I'll very honestly say no. But I make it because the passion of making a story in 5 minutes, some thought would have come into my mind when I heard a song, and I want to film it and put it out. So there's no other reason as to why we've come to Telangana to make a film.
So it's a filmmaking.
You might find me in Kerala making a film on something there. You might find me in Punjab making a film on a festival there, which I'm thinking is the right thing to do these days for me, because I just want to explore, travel. I ideally like to be a filmmaker who works for National Geographic. I could have been that if I hadn't been a feature filmmaker. So I don't think of it like that at all. And in this process, I've got the good fortune of having been introduced to and associated with Kavita ma'am and certain other people in her team who all taken such good care of us here. So it's all been good. There's no looking back at all.
So that's a filmmaker first, that creative freedom first, then about the canvas.
It's only that.
Product, yes.
It's only that. Within that, I have a responsibility to make an aesthetic film. To make something that's traditional come alive through my lenses, and that's what I've done. Very simple, no fuss, slightly cinematic, lot of dance, celebration. Film is what I've done. There's nothing unique about it. There's nothing different about it.
So you would like to say that Telangana Jagrati is trying to revive that culture, which has been an integral part of Telangana, taking that more into people on the younger generations, because you are a name always associated with younger generation, their vibes.
Well, I think if they're looking at it like that, then I'm very happy to be supportive and helpful. But I don't think they need again big names. She has a vision in place. She's a very dynamic personality, and I love the way she spoke about so many other things. So in that, and there was no way I would have said no to a project like this, to a film like this.
Okay. So was it from Kavita's point of view you started it, or did you have an idea?
Yeah, it worked both ways. I was looking to, generally travel and make films on, whatever I see. And in that scenario, I came across, an idea like Bathukamma, and then I met her also. And then she also said, why don't you make a film? So it fell in place.
You know our scenario now, our condition now, which the gender bias is quite evident. The crime against women are, we are reading it every day. So don't you think as a filmmaker, it is your responsibility also to make it a point that, women also matters? Because this festival is nothing but the celebration of women. This is actually a day out for them. From their mundane routine, chores from the house. Yes. They are coming out, they are dancing, they are singing. So don't you think that you also should make a point where women are on par with men? They also need to have some sort of freedom in the society?
Well, I think you introduced me as a filmmaker in whose films, women play an important role. Yes. I've always written good roles for my women, but if that's going to change the way our nation looks at women, then I'm happy to contribute in a small way. I basically believe that films are for entertainment. You take the good things and leave out the bad things, just like everything in life. You have a gang of people around you. Some of them smoke, some of them drink, some of them do all sorts of things, but not necessarily you have to imbibe that into your system, right? So you take the good things and you leave the bad things out. Small example, very cliched example. And to answer your question specifically, like I said, I have always created important roles for women. In my life also, women play a very important role. And there's no other way to look at that.
So, see, I agree to your point, and as whatever little way we could contribute to that particular cause. But when you see this festival, Bathukamma festival has been celebrated in Telangana for several decades now, and everyone talk about it. Everyone view it as with reverence. Some sort of aestheticism is there. But what I'm saying is, will that really change the way the society think about women? Do you think because is it just a festival, very superficial kind of a celebration, and we forget about it the next day? Do you think it needs to be, cemented in the minds that, see, these festivals means a lot. This festivals is trying to put a point across to you, that we need to be socially evolving and, changing also. So, don't you think these festivals also have that kind of a agenda on mind? Should not be having that in our mind?
I didn't look at it like that. It's a celebration, like you said, it's about women, it's for women, it's by the women. Men are regaled to the side, and the only thing they probably do is help them with collecting the flowers and stuff like that. So I just looked at it as a celebration, with women, and I like the whole live and let live kind of a concept. And the whole tradition itself of making the Bathukamma with flowers that are inexpensive and that are around you. And then a little reverence to God, or whoever you believe in is there, and you take it and immerse it in the water, and the flowers stay afloat. I thought it was a beautiful thing, and I'm here only for the beauty of the whole thing and not for anything.
Fine. And joining hands with A R Rahman once again. You have already told me good things about the composition. How do you rate it? Is it giving you the full freedom of your creative expression to put into that lyrics? How was it?
Absolutely. I think it's always a great vibe working with him. And you are still surprised by what will come from him. You might expect a certain thing, but what you will get will be something completely different. And then you will have to, work extremely hard to try and get your visuals going within that, scenario. Even here, he heard all the songs, or most of the songs that are popular with the Bathukamma festival and around Bathukamma, and he said we'll do something unique. So a very small folk element, but a mostly classical song. And like I keep calling it, a very perfect song. The melody, the structure of the melody is so complex. But while we've been filming, people have been singing it. So I think he was very right about it,
Yeah. And we will go back a little bit into your movies. You introduced Haris Jairaj, and all of the songs which you have, filmed in all of your films have been a huge hit. Especially people would love to associate you with the way you captured those, love, the elements of that song sequencing especially. So we are also looking forward to see this particular song, to see that magic again. So how do you think, your career has taken off after 2001 to 2021, 20 years down the line? So where do you stand? How do you look back and see yourself as a filmmaker?
I look at myself as somebody who's just made one film, that's all. Every day is a new film for me. I treat my work like that. I don't think I'm any different from any of the other filmmakers whose journey is filled with anything. It's a similar journey. I mean, you are in the limelight. You're putting out your work for people to talk about it, for people to critique, for people to figure out whether it's working or not, for producers to figure out if they've made their money back or not. So it's a regular journey. But for me, every day is a new day. Every day is a new film, and I look at my work like that. That's all.
Are you a man of no compromise? I mean, whenever I was reading about you, there was something. But what I'm asking you is, are you a man of no compromise when it comes to your work?
I don't think too much of myself. I don't know what I am. I just go with the flow of things. If I thought too much of myself, I wouldn't be sitting and having this conversation with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know you at all, right?
Yes,
I don't think too much of myself at all.
But Gautam, when I look at your filmography, so certain films like Varnamayram and all these songs, I mean Minnale, all this has that love as the center concept, and Varnamayram was more biographical, as you yourself has said, about 70% of that is being taken from your own life. But from there, when you try to experiment a bit different, say this movie called your Nadvise Nayagar. So when you try to move away from what you have been known for or what people associate you with,
I really don't give a damn. For me, everything is experimental. Like I said, answered you earlier. I have no idea how a film will do. If I knew how a film will do, then all our films or every other film will be a super hit.
Okay.
Or whatever you classify as super hit or how you categorize. Who gives a damn? I mean, I don't know. I make a film, I make sure it's commercially viable.
So is it
for the producer.
Is it all about the script?
No, it's not about the script. It's actually about the experience of making a film.
Okay.
You need to have a script to figure out. Nobody can shoot without a script.
Because I have read you saying that you don't write your climax first. Because when you shoot, your climax always, tend to change.
Yeah, obviously, because I want to keep it open, knowing what the character or the actor has done for my character, what I've done to the characters that I've written.
So you approach with an open mind every day. Every day you go to the shoot, you approach it with an open mind.
Organic way of making a film.
Very, very spontaneous.
Yeah.
So you just go to the shooting site and you decide, okay, this is how this is, shaping up. So I will have a different climax like this.
You're answering half my questions, so you can do the questions and the answers also.
Yeah, sure. So your father is a Malayali.
Yes.
Okay. So you have made movies in Telugu,
Yeah.
remakes, and you are against dubbing your movies. But why not Malayalam?
I don't know, you should ask the actors and the producers there.
No one approached you so far.
Nobody's asked me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. But you also never thought of.
I have.
Okay.
But nobody responded well, I think. Maybe they will. I mean, this.
Okay. And how easy was that for you to do a film in Telugu?
It was very
Being
easy. There was never a.
You never had a language barrier.
No. When I get into
Can you explain more how that organic way of filmmaking happened?
It's the same thing, right? It's a remake of my own film while we were shooting that film only. It's like a simultaneous production.
Okay.
So I'm making one shot in Tamil. Then the Tamil actor moves out and the Telugu actor comes in.
Okay.
And then I see how he has interpreted that character.
Okay.
I see how the other actors interpreted that character, and I have the bandwidth to experiment with that script itself in that sense. So it's very organic.
Yeah, you yourself have said that your scripts have that universal appeal. So that language doesn't really matter.
EMI Chesava had a happy ending, Vinay Thandivaru had a not so happy ending. So
Excellent, excellent. So going once again into your career, in 20 years now. So what is your ambition of making the best movie? Do you have anything like that? Any particular character in your mind?
absolutely.
No. So and can we expect the same Gautham Menon magic, that particular those songs which he loved?
I hope
in your
so.
movies?
I think half the work is done because Rahman has done the music and it's a great song. I think the rest will fall in place.
And thank you very much, Gautham Menon, for spending your valuable time with ETV. And best of luck for your future endeavors as well. Thank you. Bathukamma festival is the biggest festival in Telangana, celebrating colors and womanhood. This year, two biggest names in the industry, A R Rahman and Gautham Vasudev Menon, are coming together along with Telangana Jagriti to give you a beautiful song to celebrate this occasion. Thank you.